Alright, so now we're getting ready to start wrapping up all the stuff that we've been doing with decimal fractions. Our lesson for today is 10A, fractions to decimals. And now, the key thing that you need to remember here all the time when we're doing this is place value chart. Place value chart, place value chart. Just play it over and over again in your head. So, the first thing we're doing, we're going to convert a fraction to a decimal. Step 1, place value chart. Step 2, so now, and one of the things, guys, that I do a little bit different with these type of situations is I always label the value of each place on top. I'm going to change my color to red. So I know 100 is 100, 10 is 10, 1 is 1, and a tenth is going to be 1/10 or 1/100th. I always do that. Now on the bottom, I'm going to put my decimal. It doesn't matter where you put the fraction decimal. You can flip-flop them. But I always do it this way. That way I know exactly where everything needs to go. So now, it says convert 3/10 to a decimal. Well, I'm looking and say, well, my tenth place is here. So the only thing I do is put my 3 right there. And you remember, I can put that 0 there. Because remember that 3/10 and 30/100ths, they are equivalent to each other. And that's pretty much it. And don't forget that decimal point. And you can put your zeros there just to make sure you have filled in space. So that's pretty much it. That's all you have to do. A place value chart, put it on there in appropriate place value, and go from there. So here's another one. Same thing I'm going to do, guys. 100, 10, 1, 1/10, 100th, 1/10, 100th. I always put this on every place value chart that I have when I'm working with decimals to fractions or fractions to decimals. And then the only thing I do, 38/100ths. If I want to put that 0 there, just to make sure, because the question might ask me, and it might have that 0 in front, so I still might put it in front just to make sure I can identify every aspect of the question is asking me. So, again, working through some more examples. Now, this time we have a whole number. Same thing. 100, 10, 1. Every place value chart, guys, and it takes no time at all. So 6. So 6 is my whole number, because remember this is a mixed number, and 3/10. 3, and like I said, we can't put that 0 there because remember 3/10 is equivalent to 30/100ths. So let's go try next example. It's still going to be another whole number. Same thing, guys. Make that place value chart. Put the value on top, unless you have the fraction and decimal where you put that top and bottom. Because this is going to be very important while I'm doing this right here in our next lesson. You're going to see why, and it's going to blow your mind. So now, I have 3 in the 10th place, a 1 in the 1's place, a 4 in my 10th place, and then a 0 there because I have no hundreds, or remember that can be 40/100ths. So let's continue to our last example. This one is convert 12 and 1800ths to a decimal. Put my period there, label my values. Then, the only thing I do, 1 in the 10th place, 2 in the 1's place, 1 in the 10th place, 8 in the 100th place, And that's it. That's all you have to do when you're converting fraction to decimals. And that is the end of our lesson.